Young boys are faced with a different set of challenges growing up compared to girls. They're taught from an early age to, quote, be a man, which in itself can cause some problems. Joining us today is Kara Westcott and Eric Rice from the United Community and Family Services, or UCFS. Thank you both for being here. Before we get into the movie, what is UCFS all about?
Sure. We are a federally qualified health center, and we provide behavioral health services, primary care services, dental services on the outpatient level. And we also provide a full cadre of community-based behavioral health services in-home and in the community, as well as elder care services, and which include an adult day service and residential.
Ah, a little bit of everything there,
A little bit
right?
of everything, yeah.
And Eric, the movie is being filmed, well, it's being screened tonight. They showed it off at Sundance. Why was it important to bring it to your community?
Well, it's, did you want to have that one? Or?
Sure.
Sorry.
Well, I think it's important because what we do know is that what faces boys is different than what is facing girls, and this movie really showcases the way in which we intentionally and unintentionally ask boys to mask their emotions, their vulnerabilities, and the way in which then that, in some cases, can lead to aggression, violence, depression. And it's really an important topic for us to take a look at. And it was important for UCFS as we begin Mental Health Month and Children's Mental Health Week in particular,
Sure.
to be able to bring this to our community.
Great. And Eric, run us through the movie, if you would.
Well, the basis of it, it's really about how boys are pretty much compelled to kind of wear a mask and to disassociate with some emotions. That can often lead to depression, aggressive behavior, and in some instances, violence and suicide.
And we're looking at some video of it now. Do we hear these people's stories more or less and how they've dealt with something like this?
We do. There's a bunch of different case studies that they do and different experiences that are shared by pretty much all different types of people who had this kind of masculine mentality put upon them.
Sure. And what kind of problems can develop? You talked about depression, suicide, but it's not that extreme at all times, right?
Sure. Well, it doesn't always become that extreme, but I think we have seen that boys, there's more bullying. We've also seen that sometimes it can lead to academic issues, boys flunking out of school. It also, as we again put that pressure on boys later on, as young adults, in terms of binge drinking and using drugs as a way to again kind of mask the feelings that are really natural for all of us in terms of being empathetic and being sensitive, but that's more acceptable as a female to express those things, and men are asked to suppress those.
So what would be the right way to go about this then?
Well, I think, really being open, I think this movie is a great example. Many very masculine men are talking about the importance of being sensitive and the importance of valuing those qualities. There's many sports references in the movies that really, again, talk about how a coach can be a real mentor to boys and how that can really create cohesiveness, and about relationships, which again, we think of for women, is so important, but it's just as important for men.
Sure. And Eric, the movie is tonight in Norwich. Can we still sign up?
Absolutely. There's still room. You can go to ucfs.org to sign up, or just show up tonight at 5 o'clock.
Very good. Well, thank you both for being here and bringing attention to this.
Thank you for having us.
All right, Ray, we'll send things over to you.